Hi, this is Dr. Mitch Kennedy with HealWithNature.com, and today we're doing another segment in our series on the immune system and how to boost it. The question we want to ask is, what do you need to take to boost your immunity? And I've got a short list here, so it's pretty easy. And let's get into the specifics. So vitamin A. Vitamin A is called vitamin A because I think it was the first vitamin discovered. What does it do? Well, vitamin A is great for the immune system because it directly impacts the thymus gland. The thymus gland is this tiny little gland near the thyroid, and it is the creator of most of your immune cells. So these are made in the bone marrow as well, but the thymus is really putting out the really high power ones. So you want to support that, especially during times like when there's a flu around and it's the cold season. So vitamin A increases thymus cells and two other types of immune cells, and the two different types of immune response. One's called humoral and the other is cellular. Humoral is like whole body response, and cellular is like interactions between a cell and a bacteria or virus. So that's really important. The other great thing that vitamin A does is it increases the integrity of what's called epithelial cells. Now, it's a fancy word for skin kind of cells. So you've got the outside of your skin here, that's epithelium. On the inside, if you follow this all the way up here and around the corner of my lips, these are epithelial cells also, but they're a different kind. They're moist and flexible, and they turn over very quickly because things in your mouth, like food, rub against them. So you're constantly needing to make more epithelial cells, and vitamin A is great for that. Next one. Vitamin D is a very potent antiviral. Vitamin D interacts with receptors on the cell in the cells of the lung, both in the bronchia, the nasal passages, but also down in the lung. So there's specific cells that look for vitamin D and, again, bind right onto them. And because of that binding, it can increase something called T cells and B cells. So those are immune type cells. The next one is vitamin C. It actually helps the immune cells to glom or eat or attack and dissolve bacteria and virus particles. So if you don't have enough vitamin C, your immune cells won't be able to do that as quickly or as completely, and then you'll end up having those things multiply more rapidly than your body can get rid of them. The last thing I'm going to talk about for immune support is zinc. Now, zinc is super important. It's one of those things called a trace mineral, meaning you can't really get it in as many places as you can, say, like calcium. Zinc for the immune system increases something called the zinc fingers. And the zinc fingers are these tiny little appendages on cells, especially in the intestinal tract, that interact, again, with various foreign invaders, if you will, bacteria, viruses, particles of viruses, and have that sort of need to be constantly replenished. Now, zinc, interestingly enough, is easily washed out by a lot of different substances. So like coffee and tea and caffeinated sodas, energy drinks, stress depletes zinc. Heavy exercise also depletes zinc. So if you're training hard for a marathon, you could be getting zinc deficient. If you are a woman who's menstruating, then you may be losing zinc that way too. So most people need zinc. And one of the ways you can tell if you need zinc is to do a sensitivity of your smell. Now, if someone you live with or are friends with says, you can't smell that, then you might be zinc deficient. So that's what we've got. We got those four big ones: A, D, C, and zinc, plus a daily multiple. Yeah, multivitamin. So why is this so important? Well, everybody should be taking this all the time, or at the very least, in the period of your part of the world that has its cold and flu season. Most fruits and vegetables are seasonal. You may not be able to get citrus fruits to get vitamin C in the wintertime. But fundamentally, even beyond that, you are going through your day, you're experiencing stress, you may not sleep well, you might have some other kind of ailment. You may not be able to eat a balanced meal every single day. You might not have access to the fruits and veggies I mentioned in a previous segment. So all those reasons are reasons why you need to take this stuff every day It's super important. And if you're a person who has the habits of smoking and drinking and not exercising, well, that's another reason to take the vitamins, aside from maybe considering stopping smoking and drinking. But that's personal choice. I think that everybody should be taking these. And the reason is, another reason, on top of all those other reasons, is that farming practices have changed in the last 100 years. We are not putting nutrients back into the soil the way that we used to, because we're doing high rotation monoculture farming. So we're not rotating crops as much as we used to. We're not putting natural fertilizers back in. We're using just basically 3 types of minerals going back in, and they're not zinc. Zinc doesn't go back in the soil. So at this point, you're probably wondering how much of each of these vitamins you should be taking. Fortunately, we've got you covered. Click the link down below and grab your copy of the handout. One thing I've realized over the last couple weeks is that things are getting harder and harder to find, and specifically I'm talking about vitamins and various herbs. And that's, obviously because of this pandemic. And people are buying a lot, and also they're not getting shipped in as frequently. So if you're having trouble finding anything, you're welcome to come to our website at healwithnature.com/deals. That's /deals. And we do still have things in stock. Some of the stuff is back ordered, but we have some good things. And if that would help you out, we'd be honored to have you as a customer. Thank you very much.